when the Lord had given rest to him from all sides, from all his enemies. Oyev, enemy. Lafor, verse 2.
Just translate the whole thing.
Sure.
And the king said to the prophet Nathan, See now, I am dwelling in the house of cedar, and the ark of God dwells in the midst of the curtain.
Okay, good. Dwells or is dwelling, same participle. You translated it "and" at the beginning, and if we're just translating them one verse at a time, you'll translate verse 2 with an "and" on the front of it, right? If you're just kind of going one verse at a time and only looking at verse 2. But in the flow of the Hebrew here, following these temporal clauses, we're just going to translate the beginning here as the king said, right? So, in a sense, what is it? I said that there's nothing that marks this transition, but there actually is something in English that usually marks the transition in printed English. Oops, no marker. The comma. The comma after the temporal clause. So, what the function of that vav at the front of verse 2 is basically the comma between the when and the main clause. Okay? Good. And the king said, El Natan, to Nathan, Hanavi, Nathan the prophet. What's the relationship between Natan and Hanavi? Just two nouns in apposition to one another, right? And here's what he said. Ra'e na. Why is this easy to recognize as a imperative? Na, right? Na is that little volative particle, means please or hurry or something like that. And what word in the liturgy has na in it?
The word in the liturgy?
Yeah, what word in the liturgy has the Hebrew na as part of it? Gotta know this. Hosanna in the highest. Hoshana in the Hebrew. Hoshana. It's the Hifil imperative from Yasha, save. Save na. Save now. Save right away. Save please. Something like that. Okay? But whenever you see it, you always know you have a volative. And here it's just the imperative from Ra'ah. See. David is speaking to Nathan. See. Anoki Yoshev Babeit Arazim. I am dwelling in a house of cedars. What kind of a bait is that? On the bait. The bait on the bait. What's that?
Spatial.
It's just, spatial location. Where is answering the question, where is he dwelling? Good. Spatial use. I am dwelling in a house of cedars. V'aron ha-Elohim. How'd you translate that, David?
And the ark dwells in the midst of the curtain.
Okay, and
the ark of God.
The ark of God. Good. And here, maybe not and the ark of God, but maybe but. Why? Well, context for one thing. But what about the form?
Vav on top of a disjunctive.
Disjunctive vav. Vav before a non-verb leading into the second clause. So it's stressing contrast. It's stressing the change of subject here. I am dwelling. So the first Yoshev is the Anoki. I am dwelling in a house of cedars. But the ark of God, Yoshev, Batok, Hyria. Okay, but the ark of God is dwelling, Batok, Ha-Yeria, in the midst of the tents, in the midst of the curtains, something like that. How'd you translate that last word?
In the midst of a curtain.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, curtain as in tent material. It's talking about the tabernacle, right? All right. Any questions then on verse 2?